Et les gens, bienvenue sur frappstjeux.fr ou sur mon blog itis103.fr. On se retrouve ici pour une nouvelle vidéo, une nouvelle rediffusion de live sur le jeu The Council sur PC. Donc je le rappelle, un jeu qui m'a été offert par Amine. Encore une fois, un immense merci à toi. Le Peggy, c'est déconseillé au moins de 16 ans normalement. C'est parti, on est dans l'épisode 2, au début de l'épisode 2 en tout cas. Dans la première mission, la première quête, et on est en train d'explorer les différentes. Donc je vous rappelle qu'Elisabeth est décédée, Elisabeth Adams. On a été accusé du meurtre à la fin de l'épisode 1, mais en fait on se retrouve à faire l'inspecteur pour savoir qui a tué qui. Enfin qui a tué, Elisabeth en l'occurrence, et là on est en train de voir la chambre du monsieur, qui a apparemment quelque chose à se reprocher. La question c'est quoi? On devrait le savoir assez vite. L'avantage c'est qu'il est très embêté par l'étiquette et par la psychologie, qui sont deux choses qui, on va pas dire qu'on maîtrise, mais qu'on arrive à peu près à gérer.
Records of the police. Notes intended for the police lieutenant of Paris. It's a list of people under surveillance in Paris, and there's some well-known names on it. This is valuable information. This shouldn't be lying around.
Psychologie, mais ça on le savait déjà. J'arrête pas de ramasser les mêmes trucs, mais les élixirs d'or, etc. Mais en fait, c'est pas ça dont j'ai besoin.
Dear friend, please come and join us. We must meet about the ongoing operations in Paris. A boat will be waiting for you in Calais and will take you to Dover in England. From there, a carriage will take you to the port of Tintagel, where a frigate will be waiting for you and other guests, so you can meet up with me on my island as quickly as possible. I await your arrival. Lord William Mortimer.
Je me dis en tout cas que si les deux femmes ont disparu, c'est qu'il y a forcément une raison. Parce que du coup, il y a la sœur, il y a Emma, machin, bidule truc, dont j'ai oublié le nom, qui n'est pas censé exister en termes d'existence administrative, on va dire. D'ailleurs, les tableaux, il n'y a pas d'autres tableaux à voir? Non. Ils sont tellement bien installés, les mecs, quoi. C'est... Bon alors, dis-moi tout, j'ai fouillé, mais qu'est-ce qui t'arrive? Pourquoi tu...
All right. Have you finished?
Not quite. I'd like you to answer a few questions. I'd like to talk about the letter you're writing. What woman is it addressed to?
Who says it's a woman? I'm not saying any more. There's no point you insisting. All right. Have you finished?
Not quite. I'd like you to answer a few questions. You were armed the night of my arrival. Can I see your weapon?
No.
You do realize you're not helping, don't you? You're making it worse for yourself. I know you were at the scene. We will save a lot of time if you just tell me what happened.
You know nothing at all.
Enlighten me then. For now, I have your footprint in a pool of blood.
That's right. The only thing you can prove is one of my boots was at the scene. Congratulations. You've wrapped up the investigation.
C'est la botte qui a fait le coup. C'est la botte qui a fait le coup, j'en étais sûr.
All right. Have you finished?
Et une botte, c'est féminin, ça peut avoir des mains de
I'd
femme.
like you to answer a few questions. Let's get right to it. Are you Elizabeth Adams' murderer?
That is for you to prove, if I'm not mistaken, boy. You weren't expecting me to do all the legwork for you, were you? Lazy man.
Two days ago, I surprised you having a go at Miss Adams. What happened? Did you want to give her another beating? She wouldn't let you push her around again, huh?
Shut up, you little shit! You have no idea what happened, and here you are, carping away. You think you're investigator of the year. Have you taken a look at yourself, Dorishe?
Didn't you get enough beating her black and blue the last time?
I did not!
Il est quoi, lui? Qu'est-ce qu'il craint? J'ai pas envie d'y aller avec la logique en fait. Est-ce que je peux?
Go on. Keep going.
Finish what you came to do, then get out of my room.
Ok, donc je peux voir les réponses.
2 days ago, I surprised you having a go.
Je peux pas passer le dialogue, c'est dommage.
What happened? Did you want to give her another beating? She wouldn't let you push her around again, huh?
Shut up, you little shit! You have no idea what happened, and here you are, carping away. You think you're investigator of the year. Have you taken a look at yourself, Deriche?
Didn't you get enough beating her black and blue the last time?
I did not!
Why?
Nothing. Get away from me.
Oh, tout ça pour
Just
ça.
as soon as you stop treating me like I'm an idiot. If you wanted people to think you were guilty, you couldn't have done any better. So cut the bullshit and come clean now.
I can't! He'll come for revenge.
Who?
No one! Just shut your trap, goddammit! Yes, I was there. Yes, I walked in her blood. You've got all you need to wrap it up. Now scram!
Il m'a carrément éjecté de sa chambre. Mais on a obtenu des aveux. Mais à mon avis, c'est pas lui. Je pense pas que ça puisse être lui en fait. Il a trop tendance à se... C'est un mec trop costaud, s'il avait voulu faire les choses, il se serait caché, il aurait fait un élément. Là, il se sent déjà complètement attaqué. Donc du coup, je me dis qu'on ne sait pas tout. Il reste une chambre ici, c'est la chambre de qui ça? Pour l'instant, on peut pas le... Oula, 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 oula. Je crois que j'ai fait une bêtise. Je me demande si c'est pas lui. Faudrait que je regarde ses petites mains.
Hey, a Russian ruble. I wonder what it'd be worth today.
Il avait l'air assez embêté, lui. Gelée royale, nickel. Rien à faire ici. Un bouquin, Hortus Deleicarium.
The alchemist is a young man. The signs of the zodiac. Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost. A chest locked with a 4-letter code. Surely a word close to the owner's heart. Golden elixir.
Je ramasse des trucs qui servent à rien pour l'instant.
The sorrows of young Werther. There's a handwritten text signed by von Werner on this first page. Dear Elizabeth, I know that this book is but a small token compared to the delightful moments you gave me, but I hope that this will nonetheless keep the memory alive. Your ever obedient servant. So, Werner had a relationship with Elizabeth, but that's hardly surprising given his fondness for the occult.
Monsieur avait une relation avec Elisabeth. Peut-être s'apprêtait-elle à en dire trop.
Hey, a Russian ruble. I wonder what it'd be worth today.
Bonjour, bonjour. Ah, y'a quoi là-dedans?
A fragment of amber. The alchemist is an old man.
Y a-t-il d'autres choses par là? Croix de Malte.
What can I do for you, Deriche?
Monsieur, Lord Mortimer has appointed me to investigate the tragedy that befell us last night.
Je clignais des sorts en même temps, je suis désolé, mais
It's
j'ai trop dalle.
horrible. Yes. How can I help, monsieur?
En me révélant tout.
Where were you last night?
In my room. I read a few ancient manuscripts before going to bed. But I didn't stay up long. I was tired.
Thank you kindly. Excuse me for asking, but did you know Miss Adams?
Oh, she... not really, to tell the truth. No.
I found the Werther dedication, signed by your hand, monsieur. Would you like to change your version now?
Be careful, de Richet. Don't push your luck. My relationship with Miss Adams was pure, and has nothing to do with you. Well, continue playing the detective as you see fit. But if I find the bastard who did that to Elizabeth, I will...
Yes! I would have preferred a simple response, but I see I have my answer now. Exactly how long had you been seeing her?
I have no reason to answer you.
I see. Is that what you want me to tell Lord Mortimer when he asks what I found out?
It's only been a few weeks.
I get the impression that your romance was over. Am I right?
So? What does it matter to you? I would never have attacked her, if that's what you're insinuating.
Who put an end to the relationship? You or her?
It was her. It was her. But what does that matter? We both agreed.
Il a un bug à l'œil quand même. Hein.
You loved her, didn't you?
That is none of your damn business.
Your feelings betray you, sir.
So what? Yes. I loved her, like a moth loves the flame of a candle. That's why we could never be together.
J'arrête pas de dépenser tous mes sous, quoi.
Please, tell me a little more about the nature of your relationship.
That is a personal matter,
Puis
monsieur.
maintenant, elle est morte.
Yes, that is true. So, tell me.
All right. It was passion. That's why we couldn't stay together. It scared her.
Il est vulnérable à la diversion.
We finished. I'll have a look around and then take my leave.
Do whatever you have to do.
Qui est-ce que je n'aurais pas encore interrogé, du coup? Perru, Bonaparte on l'a interrogé, Hillsborough aussi, Richette. Il reste que la chambre du prêtre. Du coup ça me perturbe, j'ai pas ouvert les boîtes pour l'instant, mais peut-être aurais-je l'occasion de le faire par la suite. Bon, les pros sortons d'ici. J'ignore totalement ce que je vais être en mesure de pouvoir raconter au monsieur. Je suis où là? Je sens vraiment que je peux pas aller voir le... Attendez, il y a... Non, ça c'est la chambre de Von machin. Donc ça avait été à une chambre d'écart. Je vais juste aller vérifier si je peux rentrer dans la chambre du prêtre. À mon avis, non. Mais dans le doute, on ne sait jamais. Donc pour l'instant, on sait qu'il y a au moins 2 personnes qui ont potentiellement un truc un rapport à voir avec tout ça. Enfin, qui ont à voir avec tout ça. Ouais, non, je peux pas y aller. Maintenant, pourquoi ? Mais il a peur de quelqu'un. Il a dit j'ai peur de quelqu'un. Au pire, je peux peut-être essayer de retourner voir Perru. Est-ce que je peux essayer de retourner voir Perru? Si je peux réussir à le convaincre de me dire de qui il a peur. Parce Parce que Perru a parlé de quelqu'un. Il a pas dit il va me tuer ou un truc comme ça. Il a pas dit elle va me tuer, il a dit il va me tuer. Donc ça veut dire qu'il a vu quelqu'un. La question c'est qui? Ah, il a fermé sa porte.
Ce Jacques Perru.
Qui aurait-il bien pu voir en fait? Bon, de toute façon elle est morte. La diversion ça marche pas. Lord William Alexander Mortimer, marquis de Westfordshire et père de Grande-Bretagne, richissime aristocrate anglais assez aussi discret qu'il qu'influent. Investisseur de talent, la réussite de Mortimer dans les affaires fut magistrale. Il finit par se retirer de la scène publique en s'isolant de plus en plus souvent sur son île privée. Grand mécène, il finança un bon nombre d'artistes, prenant plaisir à mettre en présence des personnalités inattendues. Il fit de même avec les grands de ce monde, hommes d'influence et d'état de son époque. Depuis, il organise régulièrement des rendez-vous mondains sur son île privée au large de l'Angleterre. Ma mère. Alors, on a Emma et sa sœur. Enfin, ou alors sont toutes les deux Emma. Donc c'est bien son arme qu'on a trouvée sur le lieu du crime.
Monsieur de Richet, please be quick. We are both very busy. Well, have we finished, monsieur?
Exactly. Thanks again for all your answers.
Le truc c'est que je me demande vraiment comment va se passer la discussion avec le gars Mortimer. Si on va pouvoir ou non... Ah mais l'escalier il est complètement de l'autre côté. Là non plus je peux pas descendre. J'apprécie grandement les décors en tout cas, je trouve qu'ils sont vraiment très réussis. Je sais que j'ai déjà dit plusieurs fois mais je me répète. Là non plus ça ne descendra pas. Bon bah allons voir hein. D'ailleurs, ça me rappelle que dans l'inventaire, je dois avoir... Voilà, j'ai 29 pièces totales, je ne sais pas du tout à quoi elles servent. Comment faire?
What a tragedy, my son. How could such a thing have happened?
That's exactly what I'm trying to find out. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary last night?
I saw the young French soldier, Bonaparte, I believe, hanging around near Miss Adams' room. But I would not want to get an innocent man into trouble, Louis. It's probably nothing. But if I were you, my son, I would talk to Monsieur Perru. You remember how violently he set upon Miss Adams.
Oh, don't worry. He's on the list of suspects.
Je sais pas en fait quoi. Perru pour moi ça peut pas être le coupable. Bref, allons voir Mortimer. Au pire je me loupe, c'est pas grave. J'aurais raté le jeu, ce sera l'occasion de le recommencer un de ces quatre. Mais bon, Monsieur Mortimer. À nous deux.
I've come to speak about the findings of the investigation, my lord.
I'm listening, Louis.
I'm sorry, my lord, but I don't have any evidence conclusive enough to allow me to name the culprit with certitude.
Really? I see. Well, that's your decision, Louis, and I accept it. Given the distinguished guests and the sensitive political issues involved at the conference, I trust you'll leave me to conclude the case in my own way. Right. It's time we spoke about your mother, Louis.
When I first came here, I wasn't that worried. In the past, my mother has taken a few liberties during her missions, including disappearing for several days on end.
That doesn't make me feel any better, Louis.
What was the official reason why my mother came to your island?
I knew about your mother's activities, and yours, in the Golden Order. I thought we had everything to gain by working together.
You mean the cannon deal with Monsieur Bonaparte?
Among others, yes. How did you hear about that?
Monsieur Bonaparte came to speak to me about it yesterday, during lunch.
I see. So impetuous. He was supposed to let me speak to you about it first. Our friend Napoleon desperately needed financial backing to properly equip his army. I took it upon myself to back him because I have a firm conviction that he can go far.
We shall see. However, there's one thing that surprises me. Did my mother intend to finance a war? I'm not sure that I follow.
No, your mother's aim was not so much to partake in a war, but rather to make Monsieur Bonaparte accountable. France is in turmoil, and having the support of a military man can often come in handy, Louis. You'll see. Once this deal was closed, I had big plans for Sarah.
Such as what?
You see, I've invited several influential figures on my island to present them with a project at the conference. It will be presented later today. I thought that the Golden Order had a role to play. And I still think so. I was hoping Sarah would be able to join us.
I see.
Indeed, if by chance your mother decided not to return to us before the conference, would you do me the great honor of attending? If only to follow the deliberations while waiting for her to duly take her seat.
Why not? We shall see.
Ah, thank you so much. In this way, you'll be able to keep your mother informed of what is said. There's something else I'd like to briefly go over. Earlier, you asked me the official reason for your mother's presence here. Is there an off-the-record reason why your mother came here?
If only my mother trusted me, but she remained very mysterious. I'd have been delighted to answer your question.
Is this usual for her?
As head of the Order, secrets are her bread and butter, as you can imagine. That said, it's the first time she hasn't let me in on the reason for her trip. And it intrigues me, to tell you the truth.
Well, I'm sure that Sarah will explain everything once she reappears. There's something I still don't get. In your opinion, why would your mother remain in hiding over several weeks?
I'd like to find a logical answer, but I just can't see anything. Apart from the fact that she might have lost her mind. Since I came here, I've ceased to understand her. That, plus what I've found out about her past, and I'm left with the bitter feeling that I never really knew her.
I can understand you beginning to feel that way after these past 2 days, but I'm sure all will become clear once your mother reappears. The only thing I can tell you is that Sarah had indeed changed. At the beginning of her stay here, we enjoyed spending time together, solving the world's problems.
You seem to know my mother very well, my lord. What did you talk about together?
Oh, as soon as we had a little free time, we liked to share points of view about practically any subject. We would find ourselves embarked on interminable discussions that could go from Monsieur Blanchard's flight in a hot air balloon to the Treaty of Jassy, or the adoption of the metric system in France last year, or even Mr. Eli Whitney's invention in the United States.
J'ai pas de politique, j'ai pas d'érudition.
My mother must have undoubtedly taken great pleasure in these exchanges. She always was one to appreciate broadening her knowledge. I'm surprised she didn't get you started on the Crusades. It was her favorite subject.
Are you joking? Sarah and I spent entire days together reliving them. It so happens that the Crusades are also my subject of predilection, especially the Third. My ancestor distinguished himself brilliantly during the siege of Saint-Jean d'Acre.
Unfortunately, my lord, the Crusades are not my chosen field.
Well, it doesn't matter. You have plenty of time to learn. Your mother is a very well-read woman. You're quite lucky to have her as a model, Louis.
Yes, I know, but I'm still very worried.
I must admit, there are worse things to worry about now, Louis.
What do you mean?
Since she disappeared, your mother has been seen once. Her behavior on the evening of your arrival greatly surprised Gregory and myself. She resurfaced to attack Emma, Emily Hillsborough's twin sister. And she shot her with a pistol. Then, before Gregory could intervene, she ran off and disappeared again.
I beg your pardon? Hang on.
That means my vision on the wharf, it was actually happening inside the manor. Mother shot Emily's sister? The very person she came looking for? Why would she do that?
Excuse me, but between that and the childhood of Lady Adams, it's all a bit much for me to cope with. I need to piece it all together again to see things
Donc en
more
fait, il ne voit pas le
clearly.
futur.
You said that you spent a lot of time talking together at the beginning. What happened for that to change?
I'm afraid I haven't much to tell you. The more the days went by, the more she withdrew into herself. She never gave me an explanation. Until the day came when she purely and simply
Donc elle a perdu un bras, déjà.
Where did she go when she wanted to be alone?
Elle a eu des dégâts au visage.
She would shut herself away in a room we use as a box room upstairs.
Would you allow me to go there?
Naturally, Louis, of course. I'll send you a servant to open it.
Thank you.
That's all I can tell you about the disappearance of your mother, Louis. I would like to have been more helpful.
I shall stay on her trail and follow up any leads.
Thank you. We will meet later on to welcome our last guest. In the meantime, I shall get someone to open the box room upstairs for you.
Thank you.
Je trouve ça suspect.
The room is just opposite Mortimer's study.
Est-ce que ce serait ça? Bon, j'imagine que c'est cette porte-là, mais... Ouais, cette porte-là. Mais du coup... Alors, attendez. On a bien Emily et Emma. J'avais pas lu Emma. Emma Hillsborough, sœur jumelle de la duchesse Emily Hillsborough. Les deux sœurs lièrent leur destin de la manière la plus intime qu'il soit, c'est-à-dire en partageant la même identité en société. Milieu professionnel, amour, amant, les deux sœurs partageaient tout. Cette double identité fut très appréciée par Charlotte de Mecklenburg-Strelitz, actuelle reine d'Angleterre, qui demanda à ces dernières de servir la couronne. Mais les temps passant, cette situation devint pesante. Pour Emma qui supportait de moins en moins sa condition de doublure. C'est fatigué de son rôle qu'Emma se rend chez Mortimer afin de représenter diplomatiquement l'Angleterre. Ok, de toute façon elle est morte. Sarah a l'air d'avoir pris un sacré coup de vieux et de ne pas être en très bon état. Bon, j'ai pas voulu choisir un coupable en fait pour la phase avec Mortimer pour décider justement. Donc on a des indices, mais en fait le problème c'est que pour moi il y a au moins 3 personnes qui sont à prendre en compte. Il y a notre mère, puisqu'elle a laissé des indices sur la scène. Il y a Perru, et Perru qui couvre quelqu'un, mais la question c'est qui? On va aller voir à l'intérieur ici. Puis Pièces de collection. Beaucoup d'éléments musicaux.
There are burnt papers in the chimney.
Pas la première fois qu'on voit des...
fragment left. Hey, I recognize my mother's handwriting. She says we must find a safer way to communicate. Someone is onto us. Trust in my faith in the man with the sword. So Mother had an accomplice here. Who could it be? Who could she be suspicious of? I must find the next part. Faith, sword. I recognize her love of riddles there.
Bah, l'homme à l'épée, c'est forcément Napoléon.
Dante's Paradise. Raise your head and be reassured. For what comes up here from the mortal world must ripen in our rays.
Donc là, il y a la deuxième chambre.
St. Paul on the road to Damascus by Caravaggio. Caravaggio attained a magnificent command of black and the play of colors too. Paul facing an ordeal, the curtains of his illusions being raised, and receives the light from his Savior.
Je sais pas ce qu'il faut.
What is this disc? Oh, that reminds me of the ones my mother collects. It's magnetic.
Donc ça on a vu, ça on a vu, ça on a vu. Je vais prendre le disque au cas où. On va aller voir la pièce d'à côté si possible. C'est fermé.
The door appears to be locked on the other side. I think I heard something fall to the ground. A metallic sound, like a key falling to the floor. Open sesame.
Rapide.
It's open.
Donc la clé était tombée derrière, mais...
Great, honey. St. Paul painted by Guido Reni. St. Paul is shown holding a sword. Strange. There's hardly any dust, as if the painting's been cleaned recently. There's a small inscription engraved on the frame. Let's take a closer look. This is how Paul spoke to his pilgrims from Rome. Just above that, someone's written down the figure 11 on the painting and underlined it twice. I don't know, what does that mean?
Si quelqu'un l'a fermé de l'intérieur, a forcément un passage secret quelque part.
Amber. Devil's Thorn. Painting of St. Mark from the collection of the Apostles by Guido Reni. Several portraits of apostles, all signed by Guido Reni. It looks like someone touched this commode recently. There are fingerprints on the sheets and in the dust. It's St. John, painted by Guido Reni.
11. C'est l'homme à l'épée 11.
The New Testament.
Faudra que je regarde ça plus en détail. Encore une pièce de collection.
A drawing of the Apostle Matthew, painted by Guido Reni. He's represented as writing the word of the Lord, transmitted by the Holy Spirit, who appears here in the guise of an angel.
C'est très très bizarre tout ça, je trouve. Le truc c'est que j'ai quasiment plus en termes de compétences.
Chest with the occult symbol representing air.
Je crois que je l'ai pas, le truc de l'air. Projeter les silures, ça va être très... J'ai pas de clé. Par contre, là, ce qui me perturbe, c'est ce tableau-là.
Saint Paul on the road to Damascus by Caravaggio. Saint Paul is the only saint to be presented twice in these paintings, contrary to the other apostles. How come? A fierce opponent of the first Christians, St. Paul is suddenly struck by the call of Jesus Christ and converts. It's the best known conversion in Christian history, which teaches us that even enemies of Christ can be saved, and even become his greatest apostles after finding faith. From what I can recall, the account of his conversion could be found in the epistles to the Galatians, the Philippians, the Corinthians, and the Acts of the Apostles.
Ça a pas d'avoir apporté grand chose ce truc là.
St. Paul painted by Guido Reni. So we have the figure 11 twice underlined.
Ça serait
And
11-11.
the story of a group of pilgrims who it looks like Paul is speaking to. Maybe it's a code. There must be a connection. A text on Paul must be somewhere, and it must be associated with the figure 11. But what's the story with these pilgrims? I mean, a connection with the figure, maybe?
C'est forcément dans la Bible après, mais... non. 6, 6, 5, 12, 19, 5, 12, 4. Chapitre 2, verset 11. « 1, 14, 5, 22, 7, 1, 3, 18... » Du coup, je sais pas trop... C'était quoi les mecs qui étaient représentés? Je sais même plus. Bon, je vais essayer tout ça avec les 11.
And it came to pass the day after that he went into a city called Nain, and many of his disciples went with him, and much people.
J'ai du mal là à trouver l'information.
This book is incredibly precious. I believe this is the book my mother referred to when calling upon the Lord.
Lire.
If we have hope in
Qu'est-ce
Christ
que je
in
fais?
this life only, we are, of all men, most miserable.
C'est 11-11 qu'il nous faut. Le code c'est... « 3, 1, 4, 2... 4, 6, 6, 4, 1... 1, 4, 3, 5... 11.
I say then, have they stumbled that they should fall? God forbid, but rather through their fall, salvation is come unto the Gentiles, for to provoke them to jealousy. Oh, wait. A note from Mother is carefully folded between the pages here. What does it say? Dear E, I'm glad you found this note. I was afraid the code of the two groups of pilgrims would mislead you. Pick up the package. You know where, and hide it where no one will find it. It's imperative. Awaiting your reply, hidden behind the youngest apostle. What? The youngest apostle? What does Mother mean by that?
Le plus jeune des apôtres. Cachez-le, j'attends votre réponse, caché derrière le plus jeune apôtre. Caché derrière le plus jeune apôtre. Mais qui était le plus jeune?
St. John is the only apostle painted in this gallery who hasn't got a beard. Hey, wait! That means it's him. He's the youngest apostle. Right. This painting is therefore associated with the answer which E had to give to my mother. Now, I just need to know how to recover the answer. The painting looks like it's been taken down recently. But wasn't my mother said that she would wait for an answer hidden behind the apostle?
Derrière la toile.
Ah, of course. There's something written behind the painting.
C'est intéressant comme c'est présenté encore une fois. Hein.
The pilgrims will listen to the prophecy of the young apostle. They shall add one companion to their left and 3 to their right to complete their rank. What does it mean?
C'est quoi le code?
On the second day, the pilgrims will listen to the
La
prophecy
prophétie du plus jeune
of the young
apôtre.
apostle. They shall add one companion
Ils devront
to
ajouter
their
un compagnon à leur
left
gauche.
and 3 to their right to complete their rank. What does it mean?
Attends.
On the second day, the pilgrims will listen to the prophecy of the young apostle. They shall add one companion to their left and 3 to their right to complete their rank. What does it mean?
S'il y en a un qui pourrait correspondre à ça. Je suis en train de regarder des trucs pour voir. Non mais, viens là. Ou alors, c'était 11-11, ça ferait 12... 14. Est-ce qu'on pourrait avoir 12-14 ou 1-3? 12-14 et 1-3, quelque part. 1-3 ou 12-14. Je sais pas, j'essaie les trucs, hein, mais bon, donc 1...
Follow peace with all men and holiness, without which no man shall see the Lord.
Mais...
Follow peace with all men and holiness, without which no man shall see the Lord. Several portraits of apostles, all signed by Cadeau. Looks like someone
J'ai
touched
trouvé
this
l'info,
room
mais
recently.
je galère quand même à
There are
avancer. Hein.
fingerprints on the sheets and in the dust.
Parce que du coup, on aurait dû être bon là.
The chest with the occult symbol representing
C'est pas ça
air.
qu'il faut que j'aille voir ça. Bon, je crois qu'il va falloir que j'oblige mon personnage à...
They should add a companion to their left and 3 to their right to complete their ranks. I imagine it applies to their code, the one Mother set up with the pilgrims. What's this? A group of pilgrims who Paul was talking to, and now John is telling them prophecies?
Pour moi, c'est ça que ça aurait dû faire, mais... 14, 22, 5, 22, 7, 1... 10, 30... ...6, 9, 13... 19, 14... Pour moi, ce qui est le plus logique, c'était 12, 14 en fait, mais 11, 11, donc on avait déjà trouvé. Parce que c'est bien ajouter 1 et 3, le truc. Donc pour moi, j'avais déjà lu le bon en fait, mais... de 11, 1, 8... Le truc c'est que je me souviens même plus où était le... C'était là je crois.
Follow peace with all men and holiness, without which no man shall see the Lord.
C'est agaçant parce que pour moi j'ai trouvé la solution là, mais c'est que si que ça avance pas, c'est que ça doit pas être la bonne.
On the second day, the pilgrims listened to the prophecy of the young apostle. The prophecy of the young apostle, that was John. And the prophecy mentioned is most likely the book of Revelations according to St. John. On the second day, the pilgrims will listen to the prophecy of the young apostle. They shall add 1 companion to their left and 3 to their right to complete their rank. What does it mean?
Ou alors c'est peut-être 3, 14.
And ye know that he was manifested to take away our sins, and in him is no sin. And I heard a voice in the midst of the 4 beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see
compliqué,
thou
là, hein.
hurt not the oil and the wine.
J'ai l'impression d'être complètement à côté de la plaque. Ah, attendez.
Hereby know
Non, non.
that we dwell in him,
J'ai vu 12, 14.
and
J'ai vu
he
12, 14.
in us, because he hath given us of his spirit.
C'est celui-là que je dois aller voir. J'ai vu l'autre 12, 14. Je sais où il est. L'Apocalypse de Jean 12,
And the
14.
woman was given 2 wings of a great eagle,
Avoir dépensé tous
that
ces points
she
pour ça alors que j'avais
might
compris
fly
depuis le début.
into the wilderness, into her place, where she is nourished for a time, and times, and a half a time, from the face of the serpent. Hey, a new note. It's been folded carefully in the corner of this page. The writing, it's not my mother's. S. I found the book in your effects. I've concealed it where no one can get their hands on it. I can assure you, awaiting your instructions, I will hear your reply like he who hears the angel. Hears the angel? What does that mean? Oh, it's probably the place where she was expecting to get the location of the next note.
Et celui qui écoute l'ange, on l'a vu le tableau de celui qui écoute l'ange. C'est pas celui-ci, c'est celui-là là-bas.
There's something else behind this painting. It says, half of each group will join the first city of Corinth. What the hell does that mean?
6-6. On l'a vu passer ça 6-6 déjà.
And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see thou hurt not the oil and the wine.
C'est pas le bon. Mais Corinthiens 2.
Now therefore,
Je fais
there is
n'importe quoi, j'ai
utterly a
l'impression.
fault among you,
C'est terrible.
because ye go to law with one another. Why do ye not rather suffer injustice? Why do ye not rather suffer yourselves to be defrauded? Ah, look, here's a message. It is of paramount importance that no one finds it. Watch out for the Prussian. He's on the trail. Let's meet up. I'll leave it to you to organize the rendezvous. Not today. I'm unable to do it. In the meantime, I'll follow the first group to Mark, who will reveal the answer to them. Prussian? Volner? I must have a word with him. And that first group of pilgrims, how many are there now? If I refer to the chapter I'm reading at the moment, 6. There's nothing worth noticing here. Painting of Saint Mark from the collection of the Apostles by Guido Reni. It's too cumbersome for me to unhook here, but judging by the dust, it hasn't been moved for months, if not years.
C'était pas ça.
No, nothing of value here. Little characters are engraved on the chest of drawers under the urn. It's a sentence in Hebrew. It says, count in the dust. All right, let's do it. There are finger marks, deliberately drawn in the dust.
C'est un sacré enchaînement quand même. Hein.
That's what the message in Hebrew spoke about. Hebrew 8.
Hébreu 8. Hébreu 8.
Thou hast put all things
C'est l'un ou l'autre de
under
toute façon,
his
j'imagine.
feet. For in that he put all in subjection under him. He left nothing that is not put under him.
C'est pas celui-là alors.
But that which beareth thorns and briars is rejected, and is nigh unto cursing, whose end is to be burned. Here's a message. There
Encore.
are some complications. Indeed, the Prussian is insistent. What's happening at your end? Do you need help? If tonight is not possible, let's say tomorrow evening, in the south room, where we reviewed the situation. When Paul understood that only the axe counted, he went back on his tracks. I await your confirmation to his left, in the company of the pilgrims that have joined him. Yeah, this last comment is about their code. I should find new pilgrims near Paul.
Ok, donc du côté de Paul, Peut-être que je relise le message, c'était quoi? Ça va être impossible. Lorsque Paul a compris que seuls les actes comptaient, il est revenu sur ses pas. J'attends votre confirmation à sa gauche, en compagnie des pèlerins qui se sont ajoutés à lui. Compris que seuls les actes comptaient, il est revenu sur ses pas. Dans 11, j'attends votre confirmation à sa gauche. Donc faut peut-être aller voir la truc de Paul. Par contre, on va faire une courte pause. Parce que je vois qu'on en a 55 minutes de rediffusion, donc je vais recommencer. J'espère que cette vidéo vous a plu, que vous avez passé un agréable moment en notre compagnie. On se retrouvera quant à nous très bientôt pour la suite des événements. En attendant, un grand merci à vous tous. Je vous souhaite tout plein de bonheur, pensées positives. N'hésitez pas à découvrir les vidéos des camarades filmeurs sur frappestejeux.fr. Passez une agréable fin de journée, prenez soin de vous. Et à ciao tout le monde. Salut!